to not have to produce a lot of troops, and instead he's been able to get a lot of tech and a lot of bases up, and so that's really, really good actually by Frozean. Jangbi taking advantage of this and expanding a little bit, but he could probably even afford to expand a little bit more, but instead what he's done is tech. So I mean, you gotta spend your money on one or the other, and so he's spent his money on expansion and tech. So both of them basically doing pretty much the same thing, just expanding and teching with minimal defenses, and going at it that way, and just kind of working on a longer macro game. So he is going to float that expansion over there. And, sorry. Why am I yawning in the middle of a StarCraft game? What is wrong with me? And, getting that going. Oh, he could be going for a bit of an attack here, though. He's loading up some Zealots and a shuttle, and moving his 2 Dragoons. Oh my god! Jangbi has been... Oh, never mind. He does have more Dragoons out in front. So I wonder if he's going to go for kind of a Bulldog attack here, where you run in and drop some Zealots in the main, and then attack with Dragoons on the front lines, and you distract the tanks with the Zealots, and then you can go into Dragoons and pick off some stuff at the front, do some damage. He may be thinking of doing that. Usually Bulldog a little bit quicker of an attack. Here comes the shuttle, suiciding the shuttle to get the Zealots on top of those tanks. There are Marines and a Vulture in the way, though. He's going to come in with the Dragoons as well, and at the least what he's going to do is force this command center to lift off and run away. 2 more tanks coming in, though. Oh, is he going to... Oh, he pegs 1 Dragoon. That Dragoon is very badly damaged, but he only forces the command center to fly off. He doesn't force it to he doesn't destroy it, rather. So, not too bad, not horrible for Frozean, but, Jangbi didn't lose. Well, let's see. Jangbi lost. He lost a shuttle and 4 Zealots, so 600 minerals. Oh, and dropping some forces there, it looks like, for Frozean. I think Jangbi knew that dropship was there before, but, now he's having to deal with it directly there. Dropping a couple forces in there to try and drive him off, and indeed driving him off, taking out a couple Dragoons at the same time. And now Frozean's going to be able to take that base out. So, sacrificing 600 minerals, killing off a couple tanks, and stopping a lot of mining time. I think it's probably worth it for Jangbi. Oh no! I was seeing that earlier. That little lack of... Oh, the pylon goes down just in time! Luckily, Frozean dealing with killing a critter on the ramp, it looked like, instead of running in there and killing probes. And so delayed him just long enough that Jangbi was barely able to get that pylon up, although I think he saw those vultures, and that's why he decided to do that. Bunch of Dragoons running around with those Arbiters now in the middle, just kind of patrolling the middle of the map, trying to make sure that no more vultures sneak through. But yeah, so he's got that 3rd base secure now, but both players basically at 3 bases now. And Jangbi's probably going to end up taking a 4th, and there he goes. I've been really psychic lately about that kind of thing. I've been like, oh, he's probably going to take this, and then he does. Usually, oh, he's going to just be able to, he's not even able to see through there very well. Comsatting to kill a couple probes there with those vultures. By the way, I think I mentioned this before, but in case you were wondering, whoa. Oh, no, the mine does go off. How did that happen? It looked like 3 disruptor blasts hit that mine, and it didn't die, though. It went off anyway. That's kind of weird. But anyway, I was going to say, I pretty much never watch games before commentating them. It's just, I prefer to be surprised by what's going on. And I can still get excited if I'm watching something the second time around. I mean, StarCraft is just exciting to me anyway, and so, I mean, sometimes I'll go back and watch really exciting games anyway. It's just fun to watch them again. It's like a good movie or reading a good book more than once, you know. But I usually try and comment games only the first time I've seen them, so that's why sometimes I won't do commentaries of certain games, because I've seen them already and watched them live. Sometimes when I'm up late anyways and the game's about to start, I can't resist. I end up watching them live. And, is this going to be a recall? He sees it. He sees it with the Vulture. He's got turrets in the way. If those 2 turrets finish, that Arbiter is not going to be able to get through there. It'll definitely... Well, I might theoretically be able to get a recall off, but it wouldn't be a very effective recall. There's tanks on the ridge. The Arbiter would die. So good call by Jangbi not going with that recall after all. But critically, Frozean has not taken control of the map. He does not have control of the middle. He does not have control of the bridges in the middle. So basically, Jangbi has got map control right now. Frozean has just kind of given up map control for the time being, and he's been very, very defensive this entire game. And it's kind of interesting because Jangbi is a better player than him, so he needs to be defensive, but it may have cost him the game because being so defensive, he hasn't been able to do any harassment. He hasn't been able to take extra bases. He's let Jangbi have complete run of the map, and you know, it's going to cost him in the long run because we can see Jangbi's taking extra bases now and all kinds of stuff. He's going to lose the macro war in the long run at this point. And Jesus, looks like a 4th Arbiter out now, a 5th building. So Frozean's going to have to deal with a lot of stasis and what have you. When it comes to the big battle that's inevitably going to happen between these two armies eventually. Although, and that's the other thing, is that Jangbi, by having that map control, by dealing with Frozean in this open space instead of at the bridges in the middle, it's going to make it a lot easier for Jangbi to deal with Frozean's army once he pushes out and tries to take control of the middle of the map. Since he's already forfeited the middle, Jangbi won't have to try and cross any bridges to get at his army, which would be advantageous for Frozean, and so it's going to be a lot easier for... Oh, what just happened there? It looked like EMP went off on some goons. A little suicidal EMP, but no, actually Jangbi's going to fall back across the bridge. It could be that he's not maxed. He wants to wait for a maxed army before he actually engages there. Maybe he knows that he has more bases anyway and wants to try for a flank later on. I'm not sure, though. No, maybe he hasn't fallen back across the bridges. It looks like he fell back. It looked like he was crossing the bridges, but now it looks like on the minimap his army is not across the bridges. Yes, his army is still on the Jangbi's half of the map of those bridges there. So he's still in a good position if he wants to try and break in there, break Frozean's thing in the middle. Oh, there's a recall! Sacrificing the Arbiter on the turrets to get a recall off. He's going to lose a lot of forces here, but he is going to kill that command center, it looks like. And actually, at the same time, stuff going on in the middle. Nice stasis going off. The number of Arbiters really helping there. Oh, he's trying to kill off the command center. SCV's desperately trying to repair that command center while the tanks on the ridge try and focus down the Dragoons. Oh, the SCVs barely get underneath it enough. And he doesn't have any SCVs left, though. The Zealot's killing the SCVs. Only a few more hits left on that. Oh, the tanks trying to kill him off in time. Oh, my God. Oh, they hit. The last few Dragoons hit there and managed to kill it off. But now Jangbi needs to fall back. He can't engage this. The tanks behind the wall of stasis are just going to eat them up. And there they go, getting destroyed. He did not fall back in time. He lost a lot of Zealots that he didn't need to there. But I think Jangbi at this point is probably going to be able to macro things back up well enough that it's, you know, not going to cost them the game or anything like that. If they had been even, that would have been well, I don't know. He did kill one of Frozean's base, but it was a heavy cost for that base, though. So it's really hard to say, you know, how effective that was, I guess. He lost a lot of units. I guess, I don't know. I didn't see if he killed all those SCVs or if they were able to run away. That would kind of depend on how successful he was. Would kind of depend on that. And actually,